Hello there, welcome to Neil Spanish Flybox. Today we're going to tie a nymph, and it is the mahogany nymph. Now, under normal circumstances, the mahogany nymph would be tied with pheasant tail and look something like that. It's a dyed pheasant tail, mahogany coloured, hence the name. Today I'm going to tie it with some turkey biot. So let's get into the tying. I'm using 10-0 black thread, and in the vise I have a size 14 hook with a 2.8 copper bead. So let's just set the bead. Now this is a super little nymph. It's so easy to tie, but it's a great alternative to the standard pheasant tail, especially when there's a little bit of colour in the water, because it has an added attraction, which we'll see later on. So just wind down. Now for the tail, I'm going to use some standard brown cockhackle. I've said on many occasions that if you're catching quite a few fish on one fly, if you're using the fibres, the end of the fibres of a pheasant tail, quite often they break off and you have to change your fly. So I'm more inclined to use some cockhackle fibres that serve the purpose and they last a lot longer. So I'll just tie those in. And trim up the excess. Like so. Now this does have a rib. I'm going to use a copper rib, and this is a fine wire. It's a 0.9, and I'll just tie a length in and mine down to the rear of the fly, like so. So this is the turkey biot, dyed mahogany, and that's what we're going to use. I'm going to take off, 3 fibres, no more, and trim them off of the stem. Now you can put in less or you can put in more, depending upon how you like your pheasant tails as such. If you like them a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner. So just bind those tails and points down and wind on the turkey biot. The similarity between the turkey biot and the pheasant tail is quite obvious, but in my opinion the turkey biot is far more durable than the pheasant tail. I'll just tie that off. And trim up the butts. And wind on the wire. I'm going to put one wrap over the fibres of the tail at the rear, and open wraps as a rib up the turkey biot, and tie off the copper wire. It should break off. Right, now this is the attraction that I was talking about earlier on. It is a Spectra dubbing, and it's number 29. It comes in quite long fibres, and I like to break it up when I'm using it as a collar on a nymph, like so, and just dub this on. And this is the particular attraction when there's colour in the water. It just creates that little bit of extra interest. Just wind that on to create a collar. And before I tie it off, I'm going to add just a little bit of glue to the thread. And tie off the fly. And trim up the tying thread. I will brush out the spectra just a little. And that's the fly. Now, as you can see, it's almost identical to the pheasant tail. But as I say, I find that this is a lot more durable to the trout's teeth. So there you go, fine alternative, especially when there's colour in the water. I hope you enjoyed the tying. You can certainly share it and give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the bell and become a subscriber. Bye.